Hello everyone! Today we continue broadening our understanding of the digestive system by finding out what happens to food once it's in the middle of your belly, otherwise known as the small intestine. Now, if everything goes well, the small intestine is where we extract most of the nutrients from our food. So it's really an important function. However, if something goes wrong, there's a couple of things that I want you to be aware of. Number one, if food has made it past all of these different upstream points and things aren't going very well, undigested food in the small intestine will cause an inflammatory reaction. So these little particles of food that haven't been processed properly, the small intestine just goes, and it tries to protect itself by building up some mucus, okay? So also, in the inflammatory process, to make it simple, sometimes the walls of the small intestine sort of shrink back from these undigested particles of food, and it allows some things to get into the bloodstream that should not be there. So this whole inflammatory process explains why something that's happening in the middle of your belly can in turn affect and cause knee pain, arthritis in the fingers, foggy thinking, etc., etc. Right? So it's all connected. The other thing that can happen if you have not digested your food properly are more local issues. So the small intestine has to maintain a really good balance of bacteria and yeasts and so forth, and if it's not maintained, there can be a shift in the balance. And the thing that I see the most in my clinic is an overgrowth of yeast or candida. And the way that you know that is happening, just subjectively, is bloating and gas. So if you wake up in the morning and your belly feels relatively flat, but all through the day it starts to get bigger and bigger and you grow what we call a food baby by the evening, you, my friend, have a little bit of bacterial or yeast overgrowth, and it is fed by mostly sugar and carbohydrates. So if you're starting to feel the bloat, this can be a signal to some complicated things that I can help you with. But if you're going to help yourself a little bit, think about all of the things that are upstream. Number one, watch your diet. Sugars just feed those the bacteria and the yeast and so forth, so cut it out of your diet. Number two, what did we say in the beginning, right? Chewing your food. Number three, make sure that you are encouraging a proper pH of your stomach or lots of acidity, right? Let's see, number four was the digestive enzymes. We want to make sure that that's staying really healthy and you're getting some of those. And number five, something I see all the time, is poor quantity and quality of bile. We've already talked about that as well. So make sure all of the upstream things are working in order to kind of fix the midstream. Okay, this kind of problem can really need some extra support. So if you suspect there's something going on in your mid-belly and you have questions for me, please, as always, just drop me a line. And next we will talk about the very end stage of digestion, the large intestine. I'll see you then.